Hi folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. Well, down on this little river today, and I'm in a swim I haven't fished before. I'm right underneath all these trees here, and I've got a steep bank down below me, and you can tell it's a steep bank because I don't know if you can see all that and the grazes, but I slipped down it and all but fell in, and it was all slippery mud down at the bottom, and to be honest I wasn't sure I was getting out at one point and I'd left my phone up on the bank here. Anyway, so much for my little misdeeds. Okay, so we're just fractionally into spring now down here in Oz, and it's been cold at night, although the days have been getting warmer. This creek up until now has been, literally I'd have been drowning in it, but today, as you can see, not too bad. Depth wise, I haven't actually checked that yet. Let's just chuck this in down in front of me. I'm guessing at probably 4 or 5 feet, something like that. Oops, bear with me. I'm just going to put it down here and see. Out there. Oh, not bad. If I wind that down to about there. Right, well from there to the tip to the feeder is probably best part of my height. About 5 feet 10 going on 6 feet. So if I had slipped all the way down there, I don't think I'd have been getting out. Not unless I could have got some, excuse me, still got this bit of bronchitis, or what's left of it. Anyway, so look, if we've got that sort of depth, I'm actually quite happy with that. The plan was, I was going to come down and see if there's a few fish feeding on the feeder, the cage feeder. I've actually got a second rod there, and what I want to check is whether the method feeder will outperform a cage feeder on the day, if they're feeding well. If they're not, I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing, just have a nice day's fishing. But down here, we don't really use the method feeder all that much. It's not like in the UK where they see them all the time when you're fishing commercials. This is a water that very rarely sees an angler. Bait-wise, fish haven't got a clue. So really, they don't really seem to respond as well generally to method feeders, in ponds anyway. In rivers I have had some success, and I just want to give this a bit of a try. Sorry, it's a bit windy again today, as you probably gathered. Anyway, we're going to give it a go. I'm going to use a small cage feeder, 20 gram. I'm just going to chuck it out that way a little bit in the middle, see what happens, and take it from there. We'll talk a little bit more about the technical stuff in a bit, but I'm going to start off with a couple of pieces of sweet corn on the hook, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay, got the sweet corn on the hook. I've actually got a branch just above me here. I don't know if you can hear me hitting that, but that's something we have to live with. I've actually got a bit of hemp seed down here to put in with the bait, ground bait rather. Ah, I'm going through the walls. I've got a trapped nerve or something just trapped in this shoulder. I can't move it too well. So it seems like at the moment I'm going through the walls. Okay, I'm going to feed my way in pretty gently to start with. Sometimes on the rivers I get loads and loads of bait in right at the outset, but today I think maybe 3 feederfuls just to see how we go. And where am I going to fish? I think I'm going to go just there. That'll do. Chuck it in the middle, see what happens. Right. There's a little bit of flow, not that much. It is actually supposed to be tidal. But to be honest, with all the floods we've had, it's kind of been irrelevant lately. Excuse me. Right, we get a hat on. I'm going to start doing some proper fishing. This is a nice day today anyway, if a bit windy. Right, what are we at for time? It's 11:45. That's what time I came out. That's how bad it's been. Going to fish probably 3 or 4 hours maximum, and to start off with these first 3 feederfuls I'm probably going to give it about 3 minutes between each, just to see how we go, and then we'll just fish from there. Hopefully there'll be a few fish about and we can try that thing with the method feeder. Failing that, once the water's receded properly and the main river in town is fishable properly again, I'll go down with the big heavy duty gear and we'll do that down there, because there's some huge fish down there and plenty of them. Oh, that's a little bit of a bite, and we're only on the second feeder full. Just a little bit like that. Now, it could have been an eel, because eels very often give me stupid little bites, or alternatively, they just give me these big bangs. But that's encouraging. At least there's something down there. Yep. What have we got? Nope, nothing. Bait's gone. Well, yeah, eel. Hook's gone too, look. Just literally chewed off. Eels are the bane of my life sometimes. Anyway, let's get another hook on. Just got the small box today, as you can probably see. A little lightweight one, because I had to climb down through these trees to get here. So haven't got all the usual bits and bobs of tackle, just got a little lightweight box of bits and bobs for terminal tackle. And that's it. But you don't need to take all that tackle with you, do you? Most of the time we're just carrying it around for the sake of it. Just keep avoiding that little branch above me. It's not much of a branch, it's just, annoyingly, just exactly where I'd lift up to swing this feeder in. Oh, do you know, it's painful with that shoulder now, and I have no idea what I've done. I'm just going through the wars lately. Well, that's a pull. That's not sure what this is. Oh, I've no idea what this is. I've got to watch out. I don't know if I mentioned, I think I might have done, but that little knob down there that's sticking up is actually an upturned wheelbarrow. So I've got to try and avoid that. And this thing, no idea what it is. It's right underneath me. Is it foul hooked? No, not foul hooked even. Den, what do you know? You've not been fishing for that long, you've lost it all. As I say, I just got to watch for that wheelbarrow down there, and I don't know what else we've got down here by way of sticks and stuff, although we've even caught one now, look. Oh, ouch, shoulder. Oh, oh dear. Painful. Well, it's a nice little light coloured carp, which is handy. Well, nicely in the mouth. I'm not going to try and lift him out, he's not big enough to show you. That's a long way down there, it's a good 6 foot down there. Right, well, at least there's 1 or 2 fish out there. I'm using the Nitro Impacts rod. That's a bit far. Nitro Impacts rod. It's the Carp feeder commercial. It's the 11-foot version. I've actually got the 9-foot all-rounder behind me, which is what I was going to use on the excuse me, on the method feeder. But on reflection, I should probably, oh no, even then, that branch that's above me, even if I use a 6-foot rod, it would still be in the way. So the reason I'm using the 11-foot, by the way, is obviously if I've got that great big obstruction down there, something with a bit more leverage just gives me a bit more scope for not getting caught up around the wheels of that wheelbarrow. So how do I know it's there? Because when I've come down here in the past and there's been a sort of a really low river, you can actually see most of the wheelbarrow sticking out. At the moment it's only 3 inches of handle. And where's he going? Not a huge fish. There's all sorts of strandy weed coming down the, well, I don't know, it's actually not weed, it's some sort of debris coming down, obviously something to do with the floods, but it's coming down in streams at the moment. Maybe see it in the river. Oh, come on. right underneath me again. I don't know what's down exactly there, but I know down there there's sticks and branches and all sorts. Come on. Come on. Come on, fish. Good old bend in this rod, isn't there? And no, it's not the distortion caused by the fisheye lens on the action camera. That's actually a nice bend. I do like these rods. Oh, better than the last one. Taking some of the pressure with this hand so that it doesn't hurt this shoulder so much, but I'm staying. Oh, that's a good fish. Got to watch that wheelbarrow. Come on. Where are you, fish? Excuse me. Oof. I don't want to lunge at it. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Well, so far there haven't been too many snags down there anyway, so that's something. Oh, that's a decent fish. Oh, that is a decent fish. Do we weigh him? No. I would say he's a good £9 or so though. No, I'm not going to try and get him out. Too painful. Anyway, look, it's a nice fish, isn't it? You can maybe see it there. Woo. Let's get him back. There he goes. I got a log. Oof. Well, one-handed den. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that was the weirdest bite. It was dropping back, but very, very slowly. Literally, it was hardly moving backwards. Fish was obviously on, but didn't know it was hooked. Decent carp, I think. It's heading down that way. Don't know what snags there are down there. Whoa. Plenty of bounce in this rod, love it. When I say bounce, I mean nice bounce, not some sort of flippity-floppity thing. Actually not as big as I first thought, but it'll do. Whoops, watch that wheelbarrow. It's actually been about 20 minutes since that last fish, and my shoulder's not right, but it's eased off a little bit. I think what happened was when I was lifting all my stuff down here, I've caught something in it, and maybe it's excuse me, on the edge of being freed again. I don't know, but it's not quite as painful as it was, which is a bonus. Come on, fish. That wheelbarrow worries me. Oh, it's actually a bigger fish than I first thought. Come on. Oh yeah. There is some sticks and things down there. Oh, actually, shoulder's not quite as good as I first thought. There we go. Caught up that tree again. You can do without trees sometimes. Oh, yeah, probably about 6-ish, I think. But that's a nice enough fish for me today. Oof. Okay. You know what, folks? I am going to take this method feeder rod out and give it a go. Shoulder's not quite so bad now, and I'm a bit frustrated with the bites, so why not try it? It'll take me a few minutes to just get set up, but we'll give it a go. As I said, this is the 9-foot all-rounder rod from Nitro. Oops. We'll see how well this performs under these circumstances. Okay then folks, all set up. I've got a small homemade method feeder on. It is elasticated. It's using one of the Guru elasticated stems, but I have put different elastic in there. That's actually 14-16 slick, and a different type of clip on the bottom because I don't like the Guru clips. Right, this is actually one of the ones I made a couple of years ago, where you can actually clip the hook bait in through there and it slides, but I'm not going to use that just for the moment. I'm just going to use it as a straightforward method feeder. So I'll put some bait on. There we are. I'm not going to worry that this is right on the top there like it's supposed to be for a method feeder, because it will pull off at some point. It's really just to give me the bolt effect. I've actually found in rivers here that can work quite well in the past, so that's what we're going to be playing with today. Okay, let's see how we go. Right, it seems really small, this rod now. Right, okay, let's see what happens. If this works, I should get pull round bites, proper ones, because it's a bolt effect. But of course, I don't know if they're going to come to it, so just give it a go. Well, just a bit of a knock then, I think. I'm not sure because the wind's still quite strong. Yeah, but there's something just bobbling it about. I'm sure you can't see it from that angle, but it's just doing that at the moment. I want to see if it's going to just pull around. I mean, look at that. That's got to be on, surely. But it's not a pull round, is it? But you can't argue with that. That's got to be on. Okay, so it wasn't a mad tearing one, but I tell you what, it was a continuous indication, which meant that the fish was on. So maybe this is a way to do it after all. Mind you, one bite, you can't really tell, can you? Don't know where the clutch is set on this. Right, well, it's pretty immediate though, wasn't it? I mean, I'd only been in for less than, I don't know, a minute, something like that. Just don't know with this rod if I've got enough control being so short from up here. But that's all right, it's not the rod we're worrying about today, is it? It's the setup. Worked well, didn't it? Oh, it's, there's a branch right behind me. Well, yes, that's a probably 3.5 pound fish, and it's hooked right in the bottom lip in the middle. Well, got to give that another go, haven't we? Oof. Now that's got to be on, hasn't it? Although it wasn't a complete sort of pull round, it was that and pulling back and round again. But a lot easier to hit, wasn't it? Is there something in this in rivers after all? As I probably mentioned, I've done method feeders in ponds that I fish, and the fish just seem to ignore it. And then I've put a cage feeder on and got bites pretty much straight away. Ugh. I think that's a decent fish. Wow, that's a second proper bite anyway. You have to give this a proper go. Oh, I've got to be careful of that wheelbarrow. It's actually just down here somewhere. Look at that bend. It's a little bit bent double. It's almost a U shape. There's all sorts of sticks down there. As I say, I've got the elasticated feeder on, so it's taking line quite well. Come on, come out of there. Don't want you going down that way. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh, I must take the plastic off this. I've still got it on the butt. Oh, down to the wheelbarrow, down to the wheelbarrow. Oh, get out there, get out, get out, get out. Get out. Get out of that wheelbarrow. Oof. He keeps heading for it. Come on, fish. Am I stuck? Yeah, I think he's got me on it. Doesn't seem to be moving. There's something down there. Now I can see my feeder, but it's not where the wheelbarrow is, it's something else. Let's give it a bit of slack, see if he'll pull out. That was a good fish. Come on. See if you'll come out of that. No, feeder's actually out of the water. So whatever it is down there, if that's 6 feet deep, that's some kind of log or something, because the wheelbarrow is 6 feet that way. I know you can't see this. But can you? Let me. I'm not going anywhere with that at the moment. Anyway, am I? Let's see what we can do. Right, so there's the wheelbarrow, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's my, oops, somewhere down there is my feeder. That's 6 feet away, not moving, snagged up. Gonna have to pull for a break, I think. Doesn't take long to put a new one on, does it? Oh, ouch, ouch. But we're actually hitting basically 2 out of 2, aren't we? Just a question then of seeing if we can get a few more. That's a shame, that fish. That was a good fish too. But obviously there's something not all that far below the surface down there. It could well be just a log, because this thing's been tearing through with floods for weeks. Well, 3 months actually. Anyway, let's there we go. But at least there were bites, indications that you could hit on that one. The ones on the cage feeder today were actually quite difficult, so this does require some more investigation. But I will use a longer rod next time. I brought this one down, as I say, because I thought it would go underneath these branches, but it didn't. So longer rod, just to sort of give me more leverage and reach. And again, also a stronger rod. This is the all-rounder, which is a slightly less powerful rod than the commercial one that I had down there. Come on, fish. It has actually slowed down since I lost that big fish there. I got tackled up, and I had one bite that I thought might have been something, but it wasn't. And this is another chuck, but it's definitely slowed down. But you've got to remember, it is still really cold, chocolate coloured water. And the weather forecast for tomorrow and Wednesday, because today's Monday obviously, is for I think it's 10 to 20 millimetres of rain tomorrow and 5 to 10 millimetres the next day. We'll see how the river goes. It's pulling. I think that's on. Yeah, it was just a continuous steady pull, which was kind of what you want. It wasn't panicking, it was just pulling against it, but it was definitely hooked and hooked itself, which is what I wanted. Now, this is actually hugging the bank all the way down. It's hardly fighting. That's the weakest fight of a fish that I've had for a long time. It'll probably wake up in a minute, but it's actually quite a decent sized fish. Whoa, told you. Now is it going down to that snag? Get the back. Ooh. He didn't know it was hooked. He didn't know it was hooked. Wow, that was a good fish actually. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I was trying to stop it going for whatever that snag was. And do we have a hook? No, the hook's gone. It's actually snapped at the hook length, look. Like I said, £6 0.25, £10 0.22. It just, you know, you have to go by the diameters really, but we'll discuss that another time. Let's get another hook on. That fish just wasn't awake at first, was it? But we've had a few, haven't we? And we've lost a few. I've actually just put some corn and ground bait over that side over there because it's really slowed down on that one over there. And it might be that we can snaggle a few more by doing that. Also starting to run out of hooks. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. But there we go. I have to say though, I am enjoying this, and it's all a learning curve. So you never stop learning, Den. I only just put the ground bait and the corn in the upstream area of the swim, literally just before I had that bite. So that's probably only been in 10 minutes or so. I'm going to give it a little bit of time just to get some fish in up that way as well, and we'll take it from there. As I said to you, it's slowing down this way a bit, which isn't surprising considering, it's only just the first week of spring technically here. And so it's cold, cold, cold. Right, although it is warming up. Right, let's see how we go with that. But that bite, I mean, it was just that. Just a confident pull round. Now, you could have mistaken that, or it could have been a liner, but a liner of course would have snapped back as well, and that wasn't about to do it. So it just didn't realise it was hooked, or didn't care it was hooked until it got down here and saw the net. I don't know what that snag is, but that's going to maybe be a bit of an issue in the future. Definitely got to get a longer rod, or use a longer rod. I've got a longer rod. Other than that, I might give this another go in the next few days actually, just to try all these different things out again. Indications are getting pretty few and far between down on that side now, so I'm going to give the right hand side a go, and I've just been coming up with a strategy in my head. I think what I'm going to do is, possibly later this week, clear that branch, I'm going to come down again, as I say, different, more beefy rod, longer rod, just this time armed with the method feeder. Obviously I know I can catch on the cage feeder, but bites can sometimes be a little bit tricky to hit. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to fish the same swim and do a part 2 version and just see. Now obviously, unlike summer when you can just keep catching, in the winter, in the start of the spring like this, Plaster's just about had it now. Start of the spring like this, it's not going to be the case that you can catch loads of fish. So let's see if we can get this across where I want it to be. Oh, a bit far in, but never mind. Oh, sorry, close to the far bank I meant. Okay, let's hit the bottom. You might be able to see the bites better if I get any this way. We'll give it a little bit of time, we'll try. But I'll do a part 2 and we'll try. Is that an indication already? It is. It's pulling that way. Huh. Oops, bit of a drop back. And look at that, I'm reeling in, so Wow. Now you see that drop back, kept dropping back, so it was an easy one to hit. And that was pretty instant, wasn't it? Okay, I think we have a plan then. Plan A at the moment is to try and avoid the snags. Oof. It's a bit of a lumpy one. And this rod really probably doesn't have the oomph to do what I want to do with it, but hey, we'll go with it today. I'll bring a stronger one next time. Just got to keep it and tire it out down here, ouch, if I can. It's right under my feet again. Look at that. Talk about a bend in a rod. I don't know if you saw, but when that dropped back, I was winding continuously, which meant that was a definite bite. There was no doubt about that whatsoever. You don't always need pull rounds, you just need something that continues. This is a good fish. It seems like there's no snags down there, so I'm going to keep it milling around there as much as I can by the look of things. I just don't want it to go too far that way or too far out. And this is why I've got the slick elastic in instead of the black hydro that these things come with. Sorry, the Guru X-Safe stems. Can't do two things at once, can I, at the moment? Oh, come on fish. Take in line. That's a good fish. Is he ready? We're about to find out. Come on. You're going to go in? Doubt it. Because usually when they see the net, that's it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get in the net. Woo! That's a good fish. Oh, that is a good fish. We're weighing that one. Ah. Wow. Right. Let's do the usual. This net weighs 1.3 pounds, or £1 3 ounces rather. These are a different set of scales to normal, as you probably gathered. And that is just over 12 pounds. So it's 11 pounds, give or take. I'm not going to get him out because it's going to hurt my shoulder, but there's some good fish in here, isn't there? Okay. Well, certainly quite impressed with the old method feeder idea on these small rivers. Been here probably a couple of hours now, let's have a quick look. Was it 11:45 when we started? Just gone 2 o'clock, so quarter to 2. 2 and a bit hours. That's not bad for 2 and a bit hours. Especially after I haven't caught anything for such a long time to speak of. There's no mess in there, was there? I'd like to try and get a pull round one just to see how that works. Well, I know how it works, it's just see it in action here. Yeah. It wasn't a real pull round, but it was a proper indication. And that's really all I need. Now I'm going to be coming down through this area where that snag was. You can probably see the line coming through with all the bits of stuff dragging on it. Oh, don't go down there, don't go down there, don't go down there. It's exactly where I don't want it to be. Definitely need a longer rod for this for next time. Okay, out of immediate danger. But I think we'll probably call it quits on this one for today. I'm not sure how many fish I've caught. We've lost 2 or 3, so it's been a good day. As I say, the cage feeder side of things was a bit tricky to hit bites with, and this wasn't like a real pull round like a commercial where you just get a big wang around, but at least they were more positive, because obviously you got that sort of feeder they're dragging around behind them. A decent enough fish. So yeah, next time I'll come down for part 2, and we'll come down just doing the feeder, I think, on that one. Prepared to come out the way of that. Prepared a bit better in terms of tackle. He's going buddy. I mean, if nothing else, it's been an enjoyable day. I'm just hoping that this shoulder will be sorted out by then. As I say, whatever it is I've done to it sort of clicks in and clicks out. So hopefully it'll have clicked out by then. But anyway, look, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it as always. If you did, give me a click on the like button, please. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, see you next time, guys.